duck down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. Is this what the I'm in on industry games? I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian. It's about to get critical, this moment is pivotal. Here to feed the streets that say my influence umbilical. We gon' make it grimy, then go get behind me. Told you I'm the best, I done said it with my chest. So for real, nobody try me.
Down in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, put my deuce up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose love, but truly you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
And I say, one for the money and two for the love. We the new era, so whoever may feel they above. Live in delusion, that's an illusion, that's absent. Keep it together, don't act like you didn't know what it was. I'm on a whole nother planet, I'm about to show you. This wouldn't work if we planned it, meaning you won't understand it. We have to rings like a Saturn, this feel like splitting an atom. We got involved with the pattern, so now we up and we at 'em. Watch out for my evolution. Around and start a revolution. I am more than a being, I'm an institution. If I gotta reiterate, that's where I'ma lose it. It's my world and I'm generous and let y'all peruse it. How obnoxious, she ain't got a conscience. She's okay with being a little absurd and pompous.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the defending NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Down the right side. CeeDee Lamb. And he'll take this down the 40-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing gaining yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Prescott from the gun. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They go play action with Hurts. Past the 20. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Smith in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 4. Hurts going to move him around. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The stop there on 3rd, they could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, That's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Here's Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And out deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And the Eagles are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Albert O, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead.
14. Cowboys nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. First down, Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Hurts to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
He looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. That's complete to Laporta. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. The Cowboys at 7-5 now in the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
That's got this one complete to Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. To the air again, Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. That's good for 28 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and 3. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. St. Brown, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill. 47. Sweat it, hey. Here we go, 47.
Now Prescott. He finds his man, Pollard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Hey, here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 52. Hey, kill. Hey, 47. 47. Here we go, 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. Touchdown! Sam Laporta. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. The extra point and good by Aubrey. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Already at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. On the option to give to Swift here.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2 yards to go, second down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 32 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14.
Cowboys 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. But we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a defense and go,
touchdown, Eagles! DeAndre Swift. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On second down, Prescott again.
That one let go deep for Laporta. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's Sidney Brown with it.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
Well, you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
This could be the turning point.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Hurts.
And he comes back with one complete.
There he goes again.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year.
And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
No logging, but not any on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the 1st half have now followed them into the 2nd half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Elliott good on the extra point. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action now, Prescott. And he whips that one incomplete there.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing, Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go, 47.
There's Cooks in motion right.
Here we go, going to 53.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now Charles dealing with a third and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Swift. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And quickly they get to the line.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
He'll look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Touchdown. DeAndre Swift from 8 yards out. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
47. 47. Here we go, 46. 26.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Prescott now from the 50.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Third and 5.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Eagles force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Down the numbers. There he goes.
Off to the races. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete.
A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Swift. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Throwing is Hurts. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. Now this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.